do, 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 do.
Hi, everybody. I think we're on the air. I think this is it. Hi, my name is Phil Kohler. I'm being joined by my good friend, Brock Wilbur.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm here with this hot new Bioshock Infinite DLC, except I haven't played Part 1 yet. So maybe it's not so hot or new, because I think we need to start with Part 1.
So let's enter this clothing store. Did you try Clash in the Clouds at all?
I didn't. That's just combat, right? Like, so
It is just combat, but it has a lot of challenges and stuff too, which are like ways that I never wanted to play the game. Like managed to sniper headshot everyone in this room. I don't think so.
I'd rather not, thanks.
Yeah.
I appreciate the offer, but no. Yeah, I mean, like, I like the combat in Bioshock Infinite more than a lot of people, but I don't like it enough to play, like, a combat-only DLC.
I think one of the things that's always been a problem for the challenges and the Bioshock stuff is that in every game there's always been like oh, I found two plasmids that work together and I beat every room, hooray for me.
Yeah.
And the challenges try to make you go back and like, what about that one plasmid that made everything taste like really bad beef jerky? And then they choke and you wash them away with a cold water.
Very strange.
Those together.
I mean, it's a great combination when you think about it, but very strange
like
direction.
Game logic, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I just like started this to make sure it worked, but otherwise I have not touched this. So let's do it.
The possibilities are infinite, Phil.
Bioshock Infinite.
That took too long.
I just got it. So you've already played Part 1.
I've already played Part 1, so this
Right.
is gonna be fun to watch you figure this out.
Try to figure out what's going on.
Very much so.
Okay. This is all familiar.
We're closed.
You don't look the sort who can afford to turn down legitimate work.
It's got the doll head from season 1 of Dexter.
Hey, folks in the chat, let me know how our volume is. I think it's probably okay, but just let me know. All right, so this is that doll head. Got my badge there.
Got your racing forms for
It's
all
looking good.
the ponies.
I like the
down
game.
in Rapture.
I like that. You know, I know that's like my objective, but it feels like the game is just chiding me. Like, light the woman's cigarette. Come on, man. What are you doing? Get some money.
This is how the cigarette companies get you. Games like Bioshock.
That's a nice little... Hey, search that duffel bag. Yeah. Yeah.
Where I keep my apple and coffee.
Let's start eating everything right away.
Put the coffee in the stove. Give her a cigarette.
We'll be talking more about, like... I want to get your thoughts on Bioshock as a whole, but first I should do this and get some story going on here.
You gotta name this.
What kind of beer did you open up there, Phil?
Wait, what?
I heard the click in the background. Did you just open a can of something?
You can call me.
Wait, I actually
What can I
didn't.
do
I don't
for
know
you?
what that
There's a
means.
girl who needs to be
Is there
found.
somebody else on the line?
You've seen her.
Mom!
This girl's dead.
You
know
could have been hearing the
You'll
controller?
see dozens of her
Oh,
type down by
that could be
the
it.
Maybe?
slums in Apollo Square. Orphans. With Fontaine's charity shut. No place for them.
But her you know.
As I said, girl's dead.
It's weird that you carry that with you,
I
Phil.
don't know where you get
Lost isn't dead. Name your
Don't
rate,
judge
I'll pay
me,
you for this work.
please.
But you do this one gratis, wouldn't you?
I don't follow.
Something tells me you will.
I don't follow her. The last thing you said is I don't follow. Ah.
I'm gonna turn up the volume just a touch on the game. Just a little bit. Okay, should be good now. Alright, I am playing with a controller even though we're on the PC because I'm weird. A heretic, some might say. Did you enjoyed Bioshock overall?
Oh yeah, I love Bioshock.
I know there are lots of mixed opinions. A lot of the people have come out of the woodworks very anti Bioshock.
I'm a Bioshock 2 apologist, so this is fine for me.
Sure.
Seems my instincts were correct.
We're in Rapture. What?
I know someone who does.
Phil, get it together, man.
How did this happen? We were up in the sky, and now we're down below the ocean. There's a whale.
Kill the whale. There's an achievement if you can kill the whale.
Is that for real? I need to get that achievement.
Yes, yes, do get that. Remember how you had all those unanswered questions about Xander Cohen? Well, we're gonna get to that. That is really.
I know where to start looking. Something tells me a man with your
Lusts
particular talents
magazine.
could be useful.
One of my favorites. I like your hat, sir?
This game does all the Raptures do world building in such a specific way that I'm such a fan of.
Hello, lady? Yeah, I agree. I don't like the fact that there's a trash can here, but not a hot dog that I can eat inside of it.
It's just not realistic.
That is a terrifying baby, half human, half caterpillar baby.
Yeah, Sammy doesn't look like a larva. That's
Yet!
woman humming Brahms' lullaby. It's very specific. It's not just humming. We've got to build this world. Kill the whale. Why aren't we killing the whale? Why are we just letting that whale continue to exist?
I don't have any weapons yet. I don't have anything.
Use racism. That's your secret weapon throughout the entire.
What do you want?
It's my secret weapon in life.
Yeah.
Keith,
Mash
if you
bar
wanna...
for racism.
I see Keith in the chat. Keith, if you want to join us on the call, I would love to add you. Let me know.
Fine, I talk about using racism as a superpower, and suddenly I'm not the only guest anymore. That's fine. Oh, are you dancing on their hors d'oeuvres?
Yep.
Those
One of my
gin
favorite
drinks are
things to
sturdy.
do in Bioshock games, I'm really bad about this, is like, sometimes I like playing it straight and like being very cinematic and like, oh, I'm just gonna walk by and listen, you know, like as if I were giving a demo of the game.
That was a good slow pan. I liked that.
Yeah, but a lot of times I like just jumping up on the tables while people are having conversations and seeing if they react. They usually don't.
There was something very. You were right about that. Like I played the game like I saw the demo happen too, which is that you slowly pan side to side and
Yeah.
take in some of the, and I think it's one of the few games that I play like that. Usually because there's that level of stuff going on and there's something to listen to.
One letter in the chat, who I believe, one letter, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe one letter is part of the team that worked on this very DLC. He says I have bad table manners, which I think is fair.
Hey guys.
Hey Keith.
What's going on?
Not much.
Hey Keith.
So you, Keith, do you know Brock? This is Brock.
I know Brock on Twitter. Hey Brock.
Hey buddy, how we doing?
We're doing pretty good right now.
Good.
So I haven't played Burial at Sea 1, but I have played Infinite and 2.
Wait, you played Burial at Sea 2 without playing the first one?
Yes, I played this game. I played Burial at Sea 2 under very specific circumstances.
What's it like to be the worst person?
What are those circumstances?
I can say that I didn't play it at my house, but I did play it in Quincy, Massachusetts, in a building.
Oh, I'm okay.
Edward thinks the way to my
I don't understand entirely.
I played it at the original building.
Are you the reason that they shut down?
No.
Be honest.
I promise. But
Because we have somebody who works at Irrational in the chat, and I feel like you owe him a job.
Sorry.
A person that works at Irrational in the chat, were you one of the people offered a spot in the trailer for this to use that to help get you a new job?
Wait, what? Is that a thing that happened?
Oh yeah, when they released the trailer for DLC 2, rather than focus on the game really, because the announcement about the firing had just came out, they had interviews with a bunch of people on the team, and like were given their information and stuff so that somebody might hire them for new game. I thought it felt like a very classy kind of thing because I'd never seen anybody do something like that before.
What is happening here? There's some like something's.
all little girls know.
No, what? I'm having some weird like visual.
Is that why we came to
I don't know what I'm doing. What's
Why,
going on here?
why does it look like a CD-ROM game now?
Okay, there we go. Oh, there was something real wrong with her. With her dress.
Like me, men who refuse to say yes to the doubters and the parasites. Yes, but even
So,
Andrew
Phil,
Ryan
what
takes
was so you're
vacation.
talking? I mean, obviously, Bioshock Infinite is a game that a lot of people have a lot of different feelings about. Did you mention how you feel about that game?
Oh, you know, we've talked about it a few times on the stream. I like Bioshock Infinite. I understand a lot of the criticisms of it, and I think that they're fair. I think they're coming from, you know, like an honest place. I don't think they're like over the top or ridiculous in it by any means.
Right. I think the criticisms are fair, but sometimes people are a little over the top and ridiculous with how mad they are about their criticisms.
Sure, I think that's fair as well. Yeah, so I liked Bioshock Infinite overall, though.
Yeah.
But my favorite criticism of it was the idea that it was very artsy until you got to the point where you chainsaw a man in the face, and that it made a great argument for, you know, games being art up until that point where there was a lot of bloodshed. I
But
forget.
that violin that it makes when you do that, when you chainsaw a guy in the face, is perfect. It's so artsy with the with the violin. It sounds beautiful.
Vorpalfem says, I totally don't get when people say Bioshock Infinite isn't fun. And yeah, I'm the same way. Like, so there are some people who dislike the game because of its like actual contents, and sort of like where the story goes and stuff.
Yeah.
This is the way I play Bioshock Infinite, by the way. I see all these little vignettes. I can't ignore any of this shit.
Oh yeah. I totally agree.
But and then there are some people who actually think that like the combat isn't very good, and I don't know. I really liked the combat. Like I don't think it was like incredible, but I enjoyed it a lot.
Me too, and I heard people talking about how they thought that the rails were like pointless and really dumb, and I had never had as much fun.
I think the rails were great.
Yeah, there was a lot of just like zooming around, and now Titanfall's got basically the same thing. But yeah, I loved jumping on those rails. It was great.
Rails were always fun to me up until the point that there'd be one guy left, and we'd just keep crisscrossing each other on the rails, and then we'd both turn around and swing by and high five again, and we never quite hit him with the wrench the way I wanted to.
That's the most fun part. You're just having a blast with it. You're not even fighting at that point.
Yeah, you're just making friends with the enemy. There's this one complaint that kind of I heard over and over again, these two ones that kind of were contradictory, where people said that it was both too linear and also the audio logs were out of the way and hard to find.
What you looking at, lady?
I will say too many out of the way audio. Well, the criticism I heard on the audio logs was that unless you got all of them, the game didn't make sense to you. Which I hadn't heard that until the other day, and I was like, well, I found them all, so I'm. What I weighing in on that.
What I will say is like I think there is something. I think there's a legitimate criticism in the idea that like I don't think you need all the audio logs. But there are totally like
maybe there are a couple key ones that I just happened to get.
Yeah, there are a few big plot points in Infinite that don't make a lot of sense unless you've gotten certain audio logs, particularly related to like the Lutece siblings. So like I definitely like I know people who finished the game and were like, this is so confusing, and I'm like, what are you confused by? Because I got those audio logs and it just didn't. So I think that's a legitimate criticism. Like,
okay. I think there was only one audio log that explained why you might be hearing a cover of "Everybody Wants to Rule the World."
That's like that's the most important plot point, arguably.
Mostly, yeah, because I didn't get the music stuff for a while. I went back and read something. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. It would have been cooler halfway through had I have read that at the right time.
How long have you been in Rapture?
Let's just say I don't get out much.
Overall, though, I definitely liked
Years, don't you?
If I wanted to share my life story,
There's an important plot point going on here.
Oh, is there?
If I learned anything about
Elizabeth
Rapture,
doesn't know about the little sisters. Something weird's going on.
Where are we headed?
the man
She
who
doesn't seem to
sees
understand
me
Rapture.
knows.
How do you know?
My sources
She's probably pretty
tell
mad
me
you didn't kill the whale. I think we're all going to be pretty upset about that for some time to come.
I suggest you
Why would you want to kill a whale? I thought we wanted to save the whales.
Not in Rapture, sir.
But no, I mean, Brock, you, me, and Phil want to save the whales.
Again, Keith, I don't know when I'm putting it out on
When's the
Twitter.
last time you
That's
saw
led you to believe that I have a friendship based on saving anything or anyone.
Down at Surprise.
I've done something wrong here.
You were playing the table.
I'll kill the turtle.
Disappeared.
And
Cop friend of mine, Sullivan.
I'm sure that there'll be a fair share of killing too.
did you see?
Of whales and turtles?
Mostly of like weird, drugged out maniacs with superpowers.
There's a profit to be made.
That would have been an incredible DLC. They start giving you all these weapons and stuff, and then there were just no enemies in the whole part
Whoa.
one.
Mr. DeWitt, you all right?
I'm fine.
Is
Just get these
do you guys
spells
know, Brock? You played this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do the weapons work the same as
We're fine.
in Infinite, where there's not like where there's two versions of a weapon, or
No.
Okay.
Because there's no why would there be different production under the sea company?
I don't know.
stuff?
There's probably two different types of bad guys. Are there? Are there two different types of bad guys?
I mean, it's not like Fontaine was building different weapons. God, I shouldn't know this. The water people with water guns.
Atlanteans.
Yeah, the Atlanteans don't. The Ayn Rand gun shoots you. That's all I know.
God, that waiter warping around is freaking me out.
I thought that was a really that was one of my favorite touches in this whole DLC because it shows why anybody would actually need that power outside of combat.
Yeah,
And
totally.
just to be a really good bartender, which I like that.
I told her, you want someone to listen to your worries?
What's your objective right now, Phil? Because I can't hear what's going on.
I'm just following.
Just following Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Did they explain why you're Booker and why she's in Rapture?
Guten Tag.
I don't. No.
No?
Let's say no.
Okay. All right.
So like literally we just started, and the beginning was just like waking up at my desk in Rapture, and she came in and wants me to follow her.
Mr. Pixel Kaiser in the chat section asks, is that the sexy, famous movie star voice of Brock, your friend's close Wilbur, I hear? Phil, do you know the answer to that?
I'm sorry, what film?
Yeah, Phil.
Sorry, what film were you talking about?
Yeah, Phil, the movie film. Have you seen that movie?
Which
film?
movie?
Friends, enemies are friends.
Oh yeah, Enemies Are Friends. I love that one.
Yeah, enemies are friends. The friendliest friends.
Well, hello.
Phil, grab the guitar and use it to kill the whale, please.
Is that possible? Can I do that?
I gotta hope so.
If not, like, can we get one letter in the chat to go back and be like, we can't disband the company yet. The DLC's not finished. There's no way to kill the whale.
What a strange way to say that you can play the piano. Strike key.
Well, that's what you do on a piano. You strike the keys.
You strike the key, but you could have just said play piano.
If you go back to the guitar, it says rim string. So that's you can just rim it all you want.
We all have physical needs.
Love it when you talk about it like
Time
that.
is a commodity. You want to spend it wooing some woman? Well, fare thee well.
What a weird place to do your makeup.
They got bigger.
Like while you're already out.
Well, that's why you have those portable makeup things, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Also, why apply the makeup with your hand when you could light the makeup on fire? Show us more of how these plasmids will make life better.
Us.
You imagine having a beer with Andrew Ryan?
Venora says, I'm not a pianist, I'm a key striker.
Don't trust a man, don't drink, least from time to time.
This beginning is very Life of Rapture-esque.
That was one of the biggest criticisms of this DLC, is that it is mostly this up to a point.
I'm pretty okay with that. Although I have heard it's also quite short, is that correct? For part 1 at least?
Yeah. I can't weigh in on 2 yet because we're going to do that together, but...
Together, holding hands.
Friends or enemies are friends. Just like the movie, Phil.
Just like the line from that classic film, friends are frenemies.
Pixar Kaiser says, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this entire DLC was based on Ken Levine reading and liking Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips' Fatal. I don't know what you mean, but I think it's based on people saying they missed Rapture.
Whoa, where? Look at, she's doing the thing again. What happened to your dress?
I can't tell. I can't tell what's happening because of the hitchiness of the thing. I'll have to look on the stream.
She's got like a. She's missing like her hip.
Mr. DeWitt.
It's a good look. It's a weird photoshopping.
Cohen.
Everyone in
Oh,
the chat
goodness.
seems to just want to talk about Ken Levine's. That's
People like thin thighs.
or non-existent ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's the plasmid for thighs?
And
See,
how did you apply it to combat?
I told you we'd learn a lot more about Sandra Cohen. I know that you had all the questions.
I mean, Sandra Cohen, to be fair, is one of the most
Private
interesting
party.
characters in the original
No entry
Bioshock.
without invitation.
I feel like that's fair to say.
Well, he's one of the only characters you actually meet in
Sure.
the original Bioshock.
One of the most interesting, also one of the only characters.
Is he just standing on top of his own building?
Which business do
Is
you
that?
represent, sir?
I'm behind you guys because I was still watching the stream by accident.
DeWitt.
No, that was just a. I don't. That was just a random dude.
Okay.
Keith, have you never owned a nightclub? That is most of what nightclub owning is.
I'm with you.
I've
The
owned
struggle
one
is
nightclub, but it went under, so I think I was just doing it wrong. You're saying that I would have done better if I was standing on top of it?
They must
Take a
have
business class sometime, man.
I guess we'll have to
I'm too
persuade
busy-
someone to loan us one.
Not.
business of rapture.
I'm too busy with the different, with all the other stuff, not business stuff.
Roland Rapture
So,
Records.
I guess
we
those
cool.
stores would be as good a place to start as any.
Okay.
So this is supposed to be pretty short. What is the estimated time to finish on a Burial at Sea Part 1?
There's a
I think somebody actually trying to finish it could do it in an hour, but Phil is playing with the lampshade. Are you doing Singing in the Rain on this lamppost? Okay, well I'm gonna say 6 hours then. So we're probably looking at a good 6.
Gotta keep in mind is the number of times that I'll die.
Yeah, the number of times that you'll die, the number of times that you'll do a full performance of Singing in the Rain, and then watching all the vignettes. Probably all together about 6 hours, give or take.
Yeah.
If we
Gotta
can
strike that key
can
again.
go back later and just put a loop of make them laugh underneath this, that'll really help.
He's gonna just hand us one.
I
actually add that to all my videos on YouTube.
Well, I take a look around.
You just find the mask.
Gotcha.
Leave the distractions to me.
When Letter says I need a video card that can render physics better, that's
Welcome, welcome.
I don't know. That's possible.
It's interesting how short this one is,
Since
because
when are thighs physics?
Excuse me.
I think it's the dress
Lady has some
physics.
questions for you.
Yes, of course.
Who's this Willem Dafoe looking motherfucker?
That's just Willem Dafoe. He's been around since Rapture.
It's just Willem Dafoe.
What is this piece?
That's
It's
not even
fine.
Willem Dafoe. It's
Connect.
just
course.
Harry Osborn.
Covered.
Or whatever Harry Osborn's dad's name was.
It's lovely.
Whichever one is the dad, it's him.
Lovely.
Harry Osborn Sr.
Music does something to
Oh, they're
me.
both Harry. Great. Perfect. I nailed it.
Especially something in
I have no
your
idea if that's
voice.
true.
It's almost
You'd think I would know.
part of us that exists
Yeah.
before thought,
I mean,
before
Since I'm Spider-Man, I mean.
essential.
Yeah.
The finest music touches us. in
Is he
places
explaining how a record player works?
Yes.
Can you turn it up? Oh, it's so intoxicating.
Burial at Sea Part
She's
1,
like, oh, this-
how it's made.
So powerful and masculine.
She's like, this music thing's fine, but how can I leave a diary entry on it?
I think she's flirting with him.
Yes, actually, you're supposed to be using this time to go sneak into the back room, Phil.
Oh, well, I
don't
was
know if
busy
you got
watching
that.
them.
Yeah.
Cohen sends those
Go-
messages.
I
go
think
be
he just wants
sneaky.
to listen
She's-
to this conversation.
She's flirting to help you, Dad.
She was kind of flirting with you when she first showed up too. It was a little weird.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a mask in these guitar cases. That's where those go, right? There probably actually is going to be now.
Well, where would you hide your Sandra Cohen sex party mask, Phil?
I'd put it in a showcase.
Sorry, I'm busy plucking strings right now.
Rim them, Phil. Rim them.
I can't. I want to open this and look inside there. Mask box.
Must be somewhere else.
And it's not in there.
You'd think that's the one place it'd be.
It's the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Well, while I'm back here, I should probably just grab some of these.
I must go. I must go. Even one more night.
Yeah, those records are going to be worth something when Rapture explodes.
Yo, what happened to your pinky? Alright.
Phil, I'm pretty sure we spent the whole game covering that.
And the movie Royal Tenenbaums.
Both.
Any luck?
Nothing. Let's find another shot.
Are we going to get into how Bioshock Infinite rips off Super Mario Brothers 3?
Yeah, I mean, we can.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd like to.
The airship idea, I think that was King Koopa.
And all that
Bioshock
raccoon
3.
bullshit.
Yeah, and you play a musical instrument to make something from the sky come down to take you to another world. I see what's happening here.
So this is an art gallery. Weird art in Rapture, turns out.
Why, hello.
Jesus. All the shop owners are super creepy.
You see that dish I walked in with?
It's Rapture. Everything is super creepy.
That'll make it worth your while.
Except for the sex masks. Those are pretty normal looking.
Yeah, those are standard, if not like even friendlier than a normal sex mask.
I think that's why they're all wearing them in the first game. They're like, boy, take a look at us. We really gotta. This whole box of sex masks here. We can put those to use.
Might tumble out.
Phil, you gonna?
I need to.
Oh, would you? Oh, I would like so much.
Just because we're all about free market doesn't mean we're not about free love.
Wait, what?
Just because we're me or the game.
Why are we? I mean,
You said all that in that little picture?
oh, I'm getting wasted.
In fact, now, did your companion go?
Gotta find that.
Have you had Arcadia wine?
So beautiful. What does it mean?
Have I had what?
The Arcadia is the brand of in-game wine, but there is an actual Arcadia wine.
I have not.
It's a California.
Is it good?
It is not.
Is it good? Also, keeping in mind that I don't drink wine and don't like wine.
Oh, then you'll love it.
Great.
Pull that up with a copy of your enemy's pets some night, and just snuggle. You know.
Wait, are you riffing on the name of the movie that your friend Phil has refused to watch despite having it?
Hold on. I think
Keith,
here's the thing, Keith.
Yeah?
I want to clarify. I think saying I've refused to watch it really implies that I've put a lot more thought into it than I have.
Okay, sorry. Has subconsciously refused to watch it.
Oh no, he's actively refused to the point where the mother of his child has begged him.
Oh,
to watch it.
Is that what she says?
She texts me updates on her attempts to get you to watch Your Friends Close.
I think you might have a unreliable narrator going on right there. Let's watch this Need to Know theater.
Is the unreliable narrator your kid, Phil?
Yes. He stole Janessa's phone.
To text myself, that is a very Ken Levine twist.
I think I have a new person to add to this call.
And were you also fooled by his supposed charity work?
Are you guys excited about this?
Can't really hear what's going on, so not really.
No, I mean we're getting a third person on this call.
Oh, okay. Who's the fourth person?
Third guest, I should have said.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't count.
We're not all equal people for you, Phil?
I'm not an equal person.
Yeah. Phil was definitely subjugating himself to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
I usually
Yeah,
am.
thanks. I appreciate it.
To
I
be
appreciate
honest.
your honesty. That's a bad Fontaine face. That looked like ass.
That sounds like a meme that the kids are doing. Yeah, making Fontaine face.
Anthony, are you there?
Hey, are we talking about memes?
Hi.
Yes.
Memes
Hey.
are my favorite part of the internet.
This is Anthony Carboni. The internet's Anthony Carboni.
Hello,
Yay.
Anthony.
Oh, I got $11. I'm gonna keep
Hey, wait a
playing
minute,
slots.
this isn't Park Ranger Simulator.
It's not. So
Oh,
I was
God, I
lied
wish it
to.
was.
this is the Bioshock Infinite DLC. We're playing slots.
Part 1 really is a search and rescue. You're good to go on that.
We're gonna. This
Yeah, but
is.
the problem is that search and rescue is not a search and rescue.
That's also true. Anthony, how are you? Welcome to the StreamFriends. Stream friend.
Oh my gosh, I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited. Not about the Bioshock DLC, just about being here.
Why do you not like the Bioshock DLC?
I don't know. I just didn't feel like I needed or wanted that.
Did you like Infinite itself?
I thought Infinite was okay.
I really like the second one.
spent-
I have played the first one, but in Barely at Sea 2 is cool.
I spent 15 minutes at the beginning of Infinite looking at a hummingbird, which I think we all did.
Yeah.
I was just staring at that hummingbird like, man, that's a real good hummingbird.
Mm-hmm.
I feel real good about where this game is going to go. And then there's 10 to 15 hours that I don't really remember really well. And then at the end, I was like,
did you kill
that's
the
a pretty good
hummingbird or
ending.
not?
No, you just have to stare at the hummingbird in awe and reverence.
You don't have to.
Oh, really? Is it a
I had
meaningful
to.
choice
I
in the
felt-
game?
Did you not get the achievement for killing the hummingbird?
What is the achievement called for killing the hummingbird?
Did you kill a hummingbird?
It's just about as inventive as the rest of the game.
I'm just trying to navigate Phil to the point where we can finally take down this goddamned whale.
There's a whale that's been taunting us out in the waters of Rapture.
Don't look out the window. God damn you, Phil.
Are you afraid that the whale will attack me? Is that?
I just don't want to be reminded of what we're not accomplishing.
I don't know if I'm going the right way. I
What's
should
our
probably...
what's our actual mission right now, other than avoid whale eye contact?
Find a sex mask and follow your daughter.
Dude, I'm super into both of those things.
Yeah, no. So far, it's thrilling.
Did we not get the sex mask yet? Are we still on the prowl for that?
we're still looking for that.
Oh, then let's go to the children's store. That seems like where that would be.
It's at this place called the Golden Rule. I don't know where that is.
Did he lose his sex mask, or
I don't think he
It
had
was
one to
never
begin
his
with.
to begin with.
Yeah.
If you have to ask if you had a sex mask, you never had one.
Is that the rule?
I forget. Well,
That's the
I mean,
golden rule.
it's just not something that you forget. I don't think it's a rule. Like, I can't remember whether or not I had a mask that I used to have sex with.
Yeah, do I have a strange mask that I use entirely for sex-based parties? I can't seem to recall. No. You don't remember whether you have a
Whoa.
3/4 measuring cup. Like,
This is
you
a-
remember if you have
Look at
a
this.
sex
Look at this
mask.
pro tip from one letter in the chat.
Some people just aren't
Press up on the D-pad. Tells me right where I need to go.
I told you to go to the children's store.
No, it's not there.
No.
So you did tell me that, but you were wrong again.
Rock just wants to go to these children's stores because he's not allowed to the real ones.
I don't
Boy,
get
this
it.
sure is bright. This game's
For
just
Rapture,
real.
yeah.
Yeah, this game's just real bright.
I might have the gamma cranked up as well.
It feels like maybe you do.
It's,
I can hold on. I'll
are you
actually
watching
mess
it on the screen share or in the chat?
So I am actually watching it. I'm having the screen share piped to my mobile phone, which is then piped to my Peak email pocket device. Is that not the right way to watch it?
This feels like a. I mean, there's no wrong way.
Yeah.
but that's probably the least right way.
Okay.
I'm looking at it on a Game Boy Color, and it's pretty cinematic to me.
I'm actually just getting it printed out on my Game Boy printer, one frame every second.
This says.
It says gamma
reconfigure.
hella high.
It says reconfigure, but I can't. Where do I?
So far, the graphics menu has looked prettier than anything you've put in the game. So that's
Whatever. We're gonna live with it. This game's hella bright. That's what we decided.
Yeah. That's cool. Some games are just hella bright, like more so than they need to be.
It looks much darker on the stream than on the screen share.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's actually like so. Stuff that you put on Twitch and YouTube tends to get darkened to some degree, and also I just tend to turn the gamma up when I play games because I want to be able to see shit, right?
Yeah, you don't want to get scared in the dark because you're scared of the dark.
Yeah, I'm scared of everything.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry because I did come in a little late, and I apologize for that. Have we talked about our feelings about dark, sexy Elizabeth?
Anthony, it's actually good that you brought up the fact that you came in late.
Oh, okay.
Because I think I just wanted to say fuck you. How dare you? That was a personal insult to me and to everyone in this community.
Just writing you a personal email to let you know that the reason that I was late is because I don't give a shit about your fucked up gamma game.
I mean, I'm fine with you not giving a shit about the game. It's
That's
you not
cool.
giving a shit about me that makes me sad.
Really? I feel like that's par for the course at this point.
Yeah,
also,
you're right.
Want to help out the little lady?
have we discussed how we feel about sexed up Elizabeth yet?
So, like, literally the quest right now that we're doing, every store we've gone to, we go in and then she flirts with the shop owner while we rifle around in the back.
the subquest that we're on is a lot more like Moby Dick, in which we're trying to find our first weapon so we can kill that goddamned whale.
That's accurate. But yeah, no, like, so it's weird. It's super weird.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird.
I don't remember her having many flirting powers in the main game. And I get alternate realities and stuff like that, but I also feel like that's weird.
Well, she just gave you money. That was like old-timey flirting. Somebody throws coins at you.
It's like they had the idea to make it a sort of like noir vibe, and then didn't like think about like, oh yeah, the only person that we have to be the femme fatale character is not only a young girl but also your daughter.
Fine piece of work back
Yeah.
the shop keeps.
Like you're basically parading your sexy daughter around to find a sex mask. Which I don't know. That's fine. I feel like
I
all
just-
of a sudden we're in a
I really-
Cronenberg movie and not really a Bioshock game, but that's cool. I'll do it.
I just want you guys to know, like, I want to drive this point home, and I've said it before. I did not start this stream in order to have you guys judging my parenting decisions.
Occupation.
And I wish that you would stop. I can raise
So
Sammy
I
however
will
I
only
want.
Judge your parenting decision. I will only judge your parenting decisions more in this stream than I do in even real life.
I can raise Sammy however I want,
And
and if that means raising him while wearing a sex mask, a creepy sex mask, don't judge me for that.
That's not even really a decision, though. That's more of just, you know.
It's part of my
that's what's
personality.
happening. Yeah.
Phil, will
Can we
you
be
concede
real?
that
Sammy is
Very well. Mr. Cohen awaits your
Sammy is sitting right in front of the monitor right now, and you're just whispering to him, "That's how a child acts."
Yeah.
You got to do that for dad.
Yeah.
One day, Daddy's gonna walk it. One day, Daddy's gonna walk into the jewelry store, and I'm gonna need you to flirt like hell.
Underworld figure?
And Brock's not the one allowed in the children's clothing store. Come on.
Cohen's muse is a
Yeah, well, Anthony's not allowed in the jewelry store. Everyone's got their own store they can't go in.
I'm not allowed anymore.
Don't matter who gets hurt.
I'm not allowed in the Panera Bread.
Why are we... We're in, like, the Matrix now.
You know, it feels good to get all of this out, really. You know?
Ooh, you're in a weird room.
Okay, this is...
I'm only allowed in 7 out of 10 Pete's coffee and tea locations.
And once you cross through this door, you wind up in American McGee's Alice. So that's going to be
Great.
fun.
Perfect. Hey, you guys doing sex stuff? Maybe we
got a
shouldn't
mask.
have
Maybe I
rushed
could do
right
sex
into
stuff
this.
with you.
Like, I thought I would be into it, but it's like, it's kind of weird, right? Like, there's that giant face. I don't like that. Now we're getting some infamous stuff. They want me to be a conduit.
I
There's
like
two
that
suns over there.
The Bioshock DLC is just eyes wide shut. Like, I think that's great. Why not? Fine. It's a masked sex party, and everybody's underwhelmed. Let's just do this in a video game instead of a movie.
Oh boy.
Tovo says this is basically a point and click. Yeah, this is just an adventure game right now.
That's fine. I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah, especially considering what was the name of the first Bioshock DLC?
It's the
Clash in the Clouds.
Clash in the Clouds. I heard how that was a whole nightmare of development horrors. So
How?
I kind of
How?
How?
It's just combat. How?
They basically had to like redo the whole thing right before it was released because 2K Marin kind of boned it a little bit.
Clash in the Clouds was also my favorite mid-90s WCW pay-per-view event.
Who are you?
They really went all out with that one.
Are you the only wrestling fan
I'm fucking the only
stream
wrestling
right now?
fan on stream. There's nobody
There's
else
wrestling
gets that
fan on the
joke.
stream.
It's
Dude,
really
we get Dylan
funny.
in here. You guys can be boring for a couple minutes.
It's
if you
very
want.
funny.
Isn't he a biscuit, lady?
Ask a few questions.
This is one of those sex parties that's mostly about painting, which is like the best kind of sex party.
Is that
I
not
guess.
most sex parties? I haven't been to many.
You always think you're going to a sex party, and like you get there, and it's basically just painting.
I mean, that's where I draw the line. I refuse to show up to any of those air quotes painting parties because those things get pretty gross pretty fast.
There's not even peripheral
the
sex
code.
happening. It's just chit chat.
That's the code kids use, though. If you get invited to a sex party, it's basically the art club hanging out. But if you get invited to a painting party, that's where like all the brave sex stuff is happening. You
You go to
the
a
oldest
rainbow
trick-
party. That's when everybody just sits around eating Lucky Charms. Am I wrong about that?
And I will send you to her in exchange. All I ask.
I don't like your painting,
I
to
feel
be
like I was
honest.
so impressed. And this could be because I'm watching your screen from afar, Phil, but I feel like I was so impressed with the Elizabeth animations and how real she seemed as a character in the main game. And this is she's just doing a lot of shrugging and walking around.
I mean, part of it, you're watching it on. If you're watching it on Skype, it's like. Oh God, oh God.
This is going at over 5 frames a second. Phil.
Yeah,
I think
that's what I was
pretty
gonna
good
say.
idea.
Well, film noir is mostly just shrugging and looking away.
Shudder to think what greater
Yeah.
price he might care to extract.
Okay.
Lots of soliloquies. Are you doing any soliloquies, Phil?
I wish there was like. So we're dancing. I wish there was actual like a DDR mini game here.
Yeah, where's the QuickTime event on this one? I wish that the
I
dancing
don't
here
actually
was like
wish
the
that.
dancing in Sid Meier's Pirates.
One letter. Do not tell people to do. I don't actually want there to be a DDR mini game here.
Sally. I'd know it.
How?
Because I tied him to a chair and asked him.
So?
For 15 hours.
So can I just, in this world, she's still your daughter, right?
Yeah.
Or do we not?
We don't know, I guess.
How does reality work?
Yes.
I think that the ending of Bioshock Infinite suggests that it doesn't.
I know how to shine a light.
Sinister painting.
A moth will become a butterfly.
This guy's kind of a creep.
Well, now you'll sit still while he paints you. That's really what that was for. You're moving around too much.
Also, I mean, don't judge people just based on whether you get knocked out at their sex party. But, like, that's just, first impressions are not really the best way to tell how somebody
You've been
is.
trying to make up for that one since the first day we met. And I just.
Look, man,
I'm not going to let you forget.
You don't want to
Showed up
remember
at a sex
everything at a sex party.
That's what I keep telling him. You had fun at the sex party, Phil. Just take me at my word. You had a
Here's the
really
problem.
good time at the sex party.
Anthony, here's the problem. It seems like Phil immediately identified you because you weren't wearing your sex mask. If you were wearing your sex mask, this whole thing would have been blown over by now.
Well, the problem is that I don't have a daughter to flirt with a jeweler to get a sex mask. You can't just buy a sex mask. There are ways you have to do these things. There's protocol.
You can't buy a sex mask. Everyone will think you're a creep.
Yeah, people will think you're super creepy if you buy a sex mask. Everybody knows that the way you do it is you put your daughter up for sale, basically sexually, and that's how you get a sex mask.
Yeah, you have to steal it. Well, no one's.
You can't
watching.
just pay money for it. Ugh, gross.
Yeah, it's like, you put this back, you dirty bird.
God. Mikey and
Come
friends.
back when you have an underage daughter.
Mikey and friends in the chat says, this reminds me of one of the reasons CPS was called on my parents when I was a kid. So that's... Glad we're here to bring out the happy memories for everyone.
For Mikey and friends.
People do you suppose Ryan's got locked up in that place?
Enough. Fontaine had amassed something near an arm.
Venora says this is where you are pitted against the whale.
God damn it.
But seriously, if someone called CPS just because your parents were playing Bioshock Infinite...
Takes a cold son of a bitch to
Yes, let's...
CPS said, why are you wasting our time? But then they were like, well, no, they're doing the DLC, and then they just sent all the police.
Yeah. You can't subject your children to this. There's painting in this game.
Yeah, Mario Paint Party.
Oh, you've got a gun. What's up? What's up now?
Chaos Queen says, seriously, take this game seriously, man. It has a fucking amazing story, stupid people. This might be the wrong stream if you're serious. You might be in the wrong stream.
I'm sure this game has probably a pretty good story, but right now I can't hear any of it, and I only see him parading his daughter to find a sex mask, and now there's a gun.
Also, I've heard a lot of really good sex mask stories. So you can't just be like, oh, this is a pretty cool sex mask story. Like, I really hope that you've done your research and read a lot of sex mask lore.
Ken Levine is just trying to tell his favorite sex mask story. That's what that whole first part was. Like, I don't know why we can't add to that.
Can I kill these?
God damn it, kill the crabs.
I'm going to waste all my ammo trying to kill these crabs.
Not quite a whale, but...
It sends a message to the whale. The whale can see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whale's just chilling somewhere and is like, where's my friend Krabby? I haven't seen him in a while.
This is really a Red Lobster origin story.
Because he's dead.
Phil, you gotta get that cash.
I got it.
Paid.
Good. Stacks on stacks.
The strobe effects of flashing electronics at 5 frames per second is just a wonder to behold. You guys are really missing it if you're not on the Skype version.
Yeah, you guys should really get on it.
People are saying that 60 frames is
the only way to watch.
Frames. I'm really pushing for 8 frames.
Phil doesn't know what 60 frames looks like, so that's...
I've always wanted a
like
Bioshock that looked sort of like Doom on the Super Nintendo. So this has been really great for me.
You guys are watching a very serious movie right now.
And we're all being serious about it.
Serious.
Art film.
Oh, those are some serious bunny sex masks. Can I ask you, you picking up the cash a little while back reminded me to ask you, are there a lot of like pineapples and hot dogs in this game?
So far, I have not had a single hot dog, and I'm pretty disappointed.
Okay.
Have you had other types of food?
Yeah, a little bit. There's been like sandwiches or something.
We found apples and coffee.
Yeah, there's been apples and coffee. There's been a lot of alcohol.
Pretty good.
Yeah, well, everyone knows that apples are bullshit, but the coffee's fine. And the sandwiches are great.
Not all kinds of apples are bullshit.
What are you talking about? You like a pink lady apple?
I'm a Fuji guy. I'm a
You're Fuji?
big Fuji guy. Yeah.
Fujis are good.
I smoked the coffee out of the apple. So
I mean, you have yourself a Honey Crisp. There's nothing better than that.
Honey Crisp, I'll put in a pie, Phil, but I'm not going to put that.
I feel like we've had this discussion before, and you're wrong.
So I didn't hear the audio here on the Skype, but were we watching Sandra Cohen's student film? Is that what was going on?
There's another one right here.
Okay. Oh, good.
The March Hare.
Yeah, one letter in the chat knows what's up. Honeycrisp, all the way.
Honeycrisp.
Yeah.
That's what
One
I
letter.
say.
What is? No.
Do you not like Honeycrisp?
You're gonna go honey. Dude, Honeycrisp is fine. Okay, there's nothing wrong with a Honeycrisp, but I can tell you that whenever I go into the store, the Honeycrisp and the Fuji are exactly the same price. And anybody who goes Honeycrisp over Fuji for the same price, that's bad value. That's
wrong.
bad value.
You're wrong. You're wrong on all counts.
I'm telling you, if you're doing a baking day and you want to take those Honeycrisp and turn them into apple crumble or a pie,
that's
go
fine.
ahead. That's totally fine. But if you want to tell me and Anthony that you're going to take a Honeycrisp over a Fuji to just eat, to just chomp on,
every time, every day, anytime given the choice.
Red
Sick in the head.
Delicious first, Phil. That's right.
Digital Eric points out correctly, Honeycrisp is a lab-made apple, and that's how we know it's better. They made that shit in a lab specifically to be the tastiest apple.
I think they made it in a lab specifically just to see if they could make an apple in a lab.
Jim the City says I don't
Like,
get.
they had no other goal.
Jim the City says I don't get apple hype. That's probably fair.
What are you on? You're on some last gen shit? You're eating bananas right now? Dude,
Jim,
get
that's
up
why you
on
go
this
to the
apple
doctors
shit.
every day.
He's on that Granny Smith flow. Janessa is asking Twitter, oh God, they're giving Phil advice on how to raise Sammy. Should I be worried? Yeah, I think so.
I don't think any advice was given at any point. To be fair, it was really just
lecture.
It was more just judgment.
Could I?
Can I say
Is
for a
that
second
open?
that
Can we
Granny
give you
Smith
advice on how to
flow
raise
is the
child?
grossest thing I've ever heard?
I strive. I strive.
I think Granny Smith flow is just a euphemism for when a lady's on her period. I could be wrong.
I was just thinking an old lady on her period.
You
Yeah,
could have
it's like
you
when
could have
your
heard that in one of the audio diaries on this. Granny Smith flow come again this week, and Fontaine's got a method for cleaning that up. We're not going to let that secret reach the surface. I miss the audio logs.
No, that was a pretty good estimation, though.
You really nailed
Matt
the...
Mitchell's saying Brayburn. I don't think I've had a Brayburn apple.
Brayburn apple is pretty good.
They're fine.
They're fine. They're like they have like the taste of a more standard apple.
Kids use them to ride around.
And everyone knows that standard
What
apple.
color?
Aircraft.
It's like a light red, right?
Constants and variables.
Constants and what?
I don't know.
Never mind.
But if we're gonna cut the shit, we're plum for real. Like a nice ripe plum.
I think, you know what, dude? I like a pomegranate because I like a fruit that makes me work for it a little bit.
Yeah, it's because you
know?
don't want to eat it too quickly. You want something that forces you to savor it.
I go
I
kiwi myself. I don't eat anything that isn't covered in a layer of protective fuzz. So that's
Peaches are perfect.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the modern man, like, if you look at us, none of us, we're not hunters. We're not tough men.
Yeah.
I have to feel like I'm working for food at some point,
Yeah.
and that's
why I like
basically the only
Hungry
time-
Man live dinners.
That's the only TV dinner that you have to bang against a table 4 times until it stops squealing.
The brutality of ancient man with the comfort of modern man.
You don't even have to see the animal you're killing. That's the beauty of it.
The one strong whack.
The store
10 minutes in the
trails
microwave.
between the 3 buildings.
I
We'll need to avail ourselves of that.
I also like kiwis.
Optimism
I like kiwis too. They used to be my favorite fruit until I stopped liking the weird aftertaste they have. But
Yeah, you can't eat too many at once.
I like them when they're in a mix. Like
Yeah.
a fruit salad, I'll like slices of kiwi. I can't just like look at a whole kiwi.
here's the
I
thing:
can't
I
do
love
that.
pineapples. I hate pineapple in a mix because it infects all the other fruit.
Yeah, everything tastes like pineapple. It's bullshit.
That's why I don't like pineapple on my pizza.
No, I disagree.
Not even with a
you.
little bit of ham.
Nope.
It was,
All right. Listen, that's fair.
I guess around 51. No.
But we can all agree that parading your daughter around in a public place to get a sex mask is fine, regardless of what fruit that you like.
we're Americans. Yeah.
So yeah, okay.
49. 49 for
Just
sure.
trying to
There's a
see what our
land of
common
freedom
ground
and
is.
prostitution.
Oh no, I got that nosebleed.
Mess, Mr. DeWitt.
Just keep your eyes open for splices.
That's what Booker gets for doing that much cocaine before going out to solve a mystery.
Eat it up.
Rusty pipes.
But it's good for
I bet Booker does a lot of drugs.
I never heard of birds that didn't like seeds. What's the matter?
On top of the Eve, which is horrible for you, as shown by any Bioshock thing ever.
You guys haven't tried whale cocaine? I'm sorry, did I neglect to mention why we needed to kill the whale? Oh, once you get the whale cocaine, this DLC is a breeze.
Just grind up its teeth. Snort it. That's what a whale... Do whales have teeth?
Oh god.
Some whales have teeth, right?
They have like a filter system for plankton.
Yeah, like they have like a baleen
Yeah, they have-
system. But I
they have
think
a
some
baleen,
whales just
yeah.
straight up teeth.
I think you're thinking about the whales in Dishonored. I don't know if those are real whales.
What,
Oh,
was
and the
gonna
whale
say,
in
no,
Pinocchio.
It's an orca, but an orca's a dolphin, so fuck me, I guess. But at the end of the day, I'm going Fuji, so...
Look,
Well,
Yeah, of
there's the
course.
tram.
that splicer
Fuji
had
and
no
sex
problem
masks.
freezing a path
All the way
for
down.
Why are your foes wearing boxes on their
I
head?
have no doubt you'll prove persuasive.
Fashion, mostly.
Whose men are these
Find a way
Cohen's
to
men?
reach the-
These are the Metal Gear men.
Yeah. They're really bad at it. They're really bad at sneaking in cardboard boxes. They just have it on their head.
Exclamation point all the time.
Oh, search the trash. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. Need
Empty.
that. Need those trash hot dogs.
Look under the look behind the case on the other side here. You're gonna find your lockpick.
Ice rink.
Be good at
Wait,
places
what's
to
that?
Look for our new friend.
Behind the counter on the opposite side, you're gonna find your lockpick. Not on this side, on the far side of the room.
Wait, where? I don't know what you're talking about.
Phil,
You need a
listen
lockpick to
Brock.
get through the door.
Just listen. For once in your goddamn life.
Just two simple things, Phil. Number one, Fuji apples. Number two, lockpick. Come on.
Three whale cocaine.
I mean, there's. But you
Although
said,
if you're going to remember one of the two, Fuji apples.
For sure,
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. You said behind the counter, but there's nothing behind the counter. So I
The
don't know.
opposite side of the goddamn room. You listen to the first part of the thing, like download Your Friends Close to Movie, but not the second part of the thing where you watch the goddamn thing.
Why do you hate your friend, Phil?
The opposite side of the room. There's no counter. I don't know what you're.
You are murdering my face.
Is this the thing? Do you need this lockpick to progress?
Yes.
Oh, good. Circus of Value. Now I have
Come
so
back when
much
you
more
get some
ammo.
money, buddy.
I have all that shit I can buy.
Yeah, drink it.
Put away.
The best booze is unknown booze.
Oh.
Phil, that's irresponsible. You can't get fake drunk. You have a kid. You have to get real drunk.
Like super drunk.
I'm doing so right now.
He's gonna make for a weird Child Protective Services call later. He got drunk on the power of imagination.
Is this the counter that he's got to be at?
Yeah, I believe so.
I'm gonna look down here. Looking carefully. Not seeing anything. Spending machine though.
Big old goose egg on that lockpick.
There's another counter, goddammit.
But I was already behind that counter.
There's a couple counters on the other stair. I mean, down the stairs.
Oh.
There we are.
There's stuff through here. I'm just gonna go through here.
The store sunk a few
Oh, it's a
hundred feet
Robert
beyond
Altman Film
specifications.
Festival.
Pressure or burst pipes.
Can't do anything here. Get some money.
Pixel guys are saying Levine voices the Circus of Value machines.
I think I remember
Is that
hearing
true?
that.
I think.
But do you remember hearing it from the chat just now when we told
Yeah.
you that it happened?
Yes. Now that you mention it.
Okay.
No, I remember hearing that elsewhere.
I think someone said it in the chat, and then Pixel Kaiser was responding incredulously.